I met a guy, and I haven't heard from him. And it's...
I know how that be.
That is not
Porcupine! We got MCU Porcupine in the building!
Jen,
I'm
you're a
so
superhero.
happy.
Energy. I don't want to be a Hulk.
But there are upsides.
Your ass looks crazy right now.
This is the best date I've had in a while.
This isn't happening.
I will never get over
I
her
love
picking up
this.
that man to go do the sexy time because I wish that were me. Let's be real. I wish that were me.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. Am I really? Not really. But anyways, welcome back to New Rockstars. With She-Hulk only a little bit more than a week away, we are so close to seeing the Hulk family finally get the attention that they deserve in a dedicated Hulk series that apparently will find Jennifer Walters in a support group led by Emil, Beta Brother, and Harlem Blonsky with a comic-accurate MCU Porcupine? What the
Hulk?
We're trying new things out. Who knows what's going to be the final one?
It's
We're just
only a
throwing
little
them out.
corny. Honestly, that's how writers work. We see what sticks. And maybe this one.
Who knows? I'm down for any suggestions. Throw us your suggestions in the comments.
That's it. There you go.
But this is Inside Marvel, New Rockstar's weekly Marvel reaction show and after show. My name is MT, and Erik is out this week because he did a little old thing called Holy Matrimony and Falling in Love, which is, pretty great. And he's getting married to the love of his life this week. So congratulations to the Voss family. Erik Voss, we love you. I hope you had a great wedding and, are filled with love. You and your lovely fiance / now wife are filled with all the love in the world. The end.
Oh.
I'm ridiculous. But lucky for all of us, with me today is the wonderful and super knowledgeable Jessica Clemons. Hello, Jess. How are you doing today?
I'm good. We just got finished shooting The Break Room, which is our weekly news show, our daily nerd news show. And I have a stain on my shirt because I was blindfolded and had to eat spaghetti and bananas. So, if you're wondering...
You have a war stain.
Yeah, if you're wondering what that show's about, maybe just go check it out.
Yeah, check out The Break Room because The Break Room is so much fun. And all the funniest people at the office are on The Break Room. So check that out immediately. But also, Jessica Clemons will also coincidentally be covering all of our She-Hulk breakdowns in the future, which I am super excited about because Jess knows how to break something down. If you've ever seen the boys breakdown, stop what you're doing, go watch that because she's killing it. She's killing it.
I just can break bones. I can break bones and break kneecaps. They said, who looks most like She-Hulk in The Office? And then they asked me to do it. And then they were like, Jessica's tall and strong.
Is Jessica green? Who knows? She's not green.
On the inside.
I get green when I eat too much Chipotle and I get really nauseous. And the avocado turns me green. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway,
the avocado. Got it.
It's all the avocado, really. But we, of course, have got to talk about our girl, Jennifer Walters, today on Inside Marvel because She-Hulk is very close and things are getting really weird in the She-Hulk trailer. She's in a support group. Why? Did she do something wrong? Is she in trouble? Did she Hulk out too much? What did you do, Jen? What did you do? But before we do that, please be sure to go to newrockstarsmerch.com today to pick up our latest Obsession shirt inspired by Thor, Love, and Thunder and all of our amazing merch options over at New Rockstars Merch because when you do, it supports the channel so much and it is the best way to look good while doing that. So head on over to newrockstarsmerch.com today, immediately, with post haste. Do not wait. Grab your mother's debit card. Don't do that. Don't steal from your mom. All right, Jess, what is our first question for today?
Our first question after stealing from your mother's wallet is, what is Abomination up to? Is he genuine? Who is in his support group?
Yes, because in this new trailer, we see a lot of weird characters in the support group. And right off the bat, I've got to say, whoever's idea it was to put Porcupine in the MCU in his comic-accurate glory, bless you and your entire family for several generations, because my God, do I love seeing a good comic-accurate, ridiculous hero or villain. And that they straight up 3D printed. They straight up 3D Porcu printed that prickly patootie right from the pages. Sweet Jesus. My God. But Porcupine, of course, his name is Alexander Gentry in the comics, and he first made his appearance in 1963's Tales to Astonish number 48 as a villain to both Ant-Man and the Wasp. And He was originally a weapons designer who thought building this monstrosity of a porcupine suit was a great idea and it was the future of warfare. It wasn't, and so he had to turn to a life of crime instead to pay his bills. Because, my God, why would you do that? Like, can you picture any soldier in a porcupine? Like, I don't know if that's really.
It's outwardly ridiculous, but the idea that the porcupine spikes could shoot out as darts and kill people, along with his like poisonous gas that he released, that's what makes it very evil and an evil invention.
True.
Though, like a bow and arrow, like someone that uses like any kind of weaponry that you have to go back and get, maybe in the long term it doesn't sound effective. But
he has to pick up his quills every time he shoots it.
I don't remember if he can just like get more, but it sounds like you run out eventually. Like Hawkeye, it's like eventually you run out though, and you gotta
you don't
go back
have
and get
infinite
'em.
quills. Like I wonder if you like shoot somebody in the neck. He's like, "Hey, can I get that back?" Like I don't have a lot of these.
Thank you.
He just pulls it out. It's like, all right, I'm gonna put it back on my body. All bloody.
I think they didn't want to buy his weapon because it was so ridiculous, and he was like, "Well, it's a great invention, and you don't have enough money to service me for this weapon, so I'm just gonna leave." And I'm just like, "Your weapon was stupid in the first place."
It is very stupid as a war weapon, but like you said, it is a terrifying weapon if you're a villain. If I heard that there was a real life porcupine just shooting people with quills, I would be very scared.
Horrifying. The cartoons, like most older comics, make him look ridiculous. It looks like a bunch of like wheat. It looks like he's a scarecrow. So like, yeah, he doesn't look. He looks much more terrifying in that clip for the for She-Hulk than that image right there.
Right, because we do get a close up of his quills at like very briefly, and it's like, holy shit, those are sharp. Those are very sharp quills. So like, who knows how many people he's turned into SpongeBob SquarePants with those quills. My God. We also have the villain Man-Bull in this trailer, who made his first appearance in 1971's Daredevil number 78, whose real name is also William Torrance, but he goes by Bull Torrance, because, Torrance, because he's a bull. Very, very, very clever Marvel. And he actually got turned into a Man-Bull by an android after failing to kidnap test subjects for mutation experiments. And he was originally a Daredevil villain. So maybe there's a chance that this is the person that Daredevil is chasing in the trailers. This ridiculous Man-Bull man, because he's a Daredevil villain. But yeah, what do you think about this dude? Like, do you think he could actually be a major player, or is he just like a joke here?
I don't think any of these people are major players.
You don't think Porcupine's behind the whole MCU Phase 5?
I 100%. But then again, I was also like, MT, stop bringing up Frogman. He's never gonna show up. And look who was wrong.
Literally, like, I love this show specifically because they are pulling out the most ridiculous characters in Marvel history. Like all of them, like Man-Bull, Porcupine, like Frogman. So I just love the ridiculous aspects of comic books being brought to live action, which is why I love Peacemaker. Like Peacemaker is just all ridiculous.
That's true.
But like what I find interesting about Man-Bull is that we know the CEO of Roxxon is the Minotaur, who is a bull man. So I'm wondering if the Minotaur has anything to do with his transformation in the MCU, which would be really interesting because we know that Roxxon exists.
That'd be sick.
In the
they
MCU.
could easily make that connection. It wouldn't hurt anybody to make that connection.
Right? Because
I can see it.
Roxxon is all about energy and like using radiation and stuff. So I feel like that makes sense for them to mutate this weird man. But we also have another criminal in this group that a lot of people don't know about by the name of El Aguila, which is, I've never met one El Aguila fan. So if you're going to come out here and say, like, yo, I can't wait for El Aguila.
Some of y'all lie all the time. Some of y'all just want to be the ride for every person that you don't know. And it's okay. Right. Honestly, I give you more respect to be like, I don't know who this person is. Exactly. Just like I will say right now, I don't know who this person is.
I had no idea who this man was until the trailer. I was like, who is this person? It took me a very long time to Google, but I think I found him. So, El Aguila, which means the eagle in English, his real name is Alejandro Montoya, and he was born in Spain and then moved to the United States to become a crime-fighting superhero that likes to steal money from criminals to distribute it to the poor, very much like Robin Hood. And very cool. I wish that he actually existed in real life because I could use some of that drug money to pay my bills.
I will willingly take your drug money.
Exactly. But he's actually a mutant in the Marvel comics. So we have another appearance of a mutant in the MCU, which is very cool.
So is he an actual criminal? I guess you're a criminal because you're still stealing from the rich.
Exactly. So like he's because vigilantism is a crime, like he is perceived as a criminal in the eyes of the American government, but he's actually doing some good. And he actually teams up with Power Man and Iron Fist at one point in the comics. So like he's just like a misunderstood hero. But his mutant power is he has the ability to generate bioelectricity out of his body, much like Miles Morales. And he shoots that bioelectricity through the sword that he has that you can see in the in his hilt in the She-Hulk trailer. So I really hope that we get to see that in action in the MCU because that's a sick power. Like just shooting lightning bolts out of your body that through your sword. That's super dope. I'm all about it. But there's also a mysterious fourth person in this group who we don't really know, and it's this mysterious man in black who I think could actually be Wakandan, just judging by the bracelets that he has and the way that he's dressed, because he's a black man. Not every black man's Wakandan, so I'm going to put that out there first. Like, I'm not Wakandan.
Just like me in this wig, I am not Storm. Not every black person with white hair is Storm.
The Queen of Wakanda. I thought when I first
I bet you did. I bet
I did.
You did. I'm Targaryen. How many times do I have to tell people that?
How dare you? Wrong franchise.
Ride dragons. Yeah, wrong franchise.
But like, I have this weird feeling that this dude could be some type of weird Wakandan villain that like no one has ever has appeared once and then never saw again. But I don't really know who this guy could be. Could he be like? I think he could be maybe a Baron Blood potentially, or I don't know. Who do you think this guy could be?
Oh, I don't know who that is, but I really hope they don't give it to someone that was like a villain of Black Panther that I genuinely do want to see, because I feel like most of these people are just in this for this scene. I'm more interested in who put them in there, because I don't think this is like this is a support group that she's joining. I think they're still monitoring Abomination, and these are one of the things he does while locked up is talk to other people. So I watch them all have been put away by like Matt Murdock, but I think she's just following, because he's probably like, eventually he's probably gonna be like, we're not different, you and me. We both didn't really kind of want this after we got it. And then on top of that, like, we're angry all the time for something we can't control. So, well, they can control it now, but like, or she can. So I'm like, maybe she's just following him. And maybe that black man in all black is hopefully just not. I'm just thinking of characters that Black Panther fights, and I'm like, I hope it's none of them, because I like them.
Right. Save all the Wakandans for like a Black Panther movie, not as a joke, okay?
Save all the Frogmans.
Exactly. Save Frogman for Civil War II. He will stop the fight. Okay. That's ridiculous. All right. But those are just the, other criminals of this group. But we still have to ask ourselves the big question here. What the hell is Abomination up to? Like, because whatever the hell Emil Blonsky is up to here has got to be some Hulk-sized bullshit. Because, like, I don't think that this angry man has just suddenly turned a new leaf. Like, I just think, because, like, he was just fighting in Shang-Chi's, like, underground street fighting ring. So it's like,
but I think that was just to get his energy out. If you're locked up, what do we know about like confinement? Just like solitary confinement, it drives people insane. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were nervous of having that same situation happen to like people with superpowers. So they're like, they need to get out every once in a while and let out their anger. But also, I feel like Wang is just breaking him out, because he's like, you're the only sparrer that I can spar with. So I don't think he's like
no one's really on my level.
I could see him now not turning a new leaf. I feel like me and Abomination are no different, where it's like, I didn't turn a new leaf. I can easily change back to being bad, but I'm in this prison. If I try to escape, I'm going to get shot with like 50 different laser guns. There's no point in that. Why don't I just make the best of what I'm doing in here, but I am trying to get out. And I think he respects Jennifer Walters for that in the series. I think he's going to be like, we're not too far off. Yeah, Bruce was an asshole, but you're not Bruce, clearly.
He's like, I'm sorry for punching your cousin, but like, me and you.
Also, he kind of deserved it, but you don't deserve it. He deserved it. You didn't deserve it.
He deserved it because like he was, being a little baby. But you're fine. You're totally fine.
You're cool. You can hang.
You bring a really good point about like how he is a prisoner that needs recess time. He needs to be able to go out to the, outside and like get his energy out. And so like Wang is the perfect person to sort of like usher that in for him, because like he is the manager of the monsters in the MCU as the Sorcerer Supreme. And because like this guy is like gamma irradiated and we know his origin, doesn't make him any less a monster. And like that is like Wong's purview, really. It's like, all right, deal with this. You're the Sorcerer Supreme. He's a monster. So yeah, he's the perfect person for him to take Abomination out to fight. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I think that in terms of like a motivation, I think that Abomination could just be working the system and just trying to get himself out or get himself free so he could, be an abomination like in real life again, outside of prison.
I feel like from the trailers, he's not making it easy. I don't know. He just seems like that kind of like nonchalant assholey guy that's like, I don't really care. And so I'm like, what are you doing? Are you negging me?
Are you negging? Like, what, is this working?
Is it working?
It might be picked up by Abomination.
Wait. Emil Blonsky. That's a different story. Abomination, that's him.
Yeah, that dude's still looking good after all these since we last saw him. He's still looking good.
Baby.
Handsome man. But up next, Jess and I are going to discuss who we think could be the main villain for the show. But first, we also want to thank Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video, because sleep is important, and here at New Rockstars, we trust Helix to protect our sleep with the best mattresses in the world. I have a Helix mattress, and recently, producer Zach and producer John also got Helix mattresses, and they love them so much. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, and mattresses great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus-size sleepers. Producer Zach took the quiz and was matched with the Midnight Luxe mattress because he's a side sleeper that needed a softer mattress, and now he doesn't wake up with a sore shoulder or neckline like he did with other mattresses, which is very important. And Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2021 by GQ and Wired magazine. So just go to helixsleep.com/InsideMarvel, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that'll give you the best sleep of your entire existence. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. And Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/InsideMarvel. And we also want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this video, because the news from Comic-Con has confirmed that the number of MCU phases isn't the only thing that is growing, if you know what I mean. Fellas, confidence can take you far in life. It can also help you in the bedroom, and that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets, and at a fraction of the cost, which is pretty dope. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. And the process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. So if you can benefit from some extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our fans. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code MARVEL at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code MARVEL to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more detailed and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this video and podcast. All right, so our next question, big question for She-Hulk here, is who is going to be the main villain of the series? Because I don't think the show has really like fully defined or like shown us who's going to be the main villain. Because I mean, here's a list of known villains that we know. We know Titania is going to be in the show, which could
I don't think she's the main villain. I think she's going to become the best friend.
Right.
I think they're gonna. I think only because and this is genuinely just from me liking Titania from the comics.
Right.
They could easily make them still like nemesis or whatever, but like I like the idea of her becoming the only person she can spar with. That's like practicing and good for her. And I feel like eventually because Titania is just so wild, I think eventually she's gonna be like, yeah, this sounds actually like a good idea. We can fight together.
Right. No, so I really like that idea, because like I like how like the MCU likes to subvert tropes or like subvert our expectations rather, because like we know that like the Skrulls and Captain Marvel, we thought they were going to be bad guys, but they ended up being good guys and friends with Carol Danvers. So I think that this might be happening here with Titania as well, because it's like, yeah, I'm really mean and like I'm supposed to be this villain, but like I'm just a social media influencer who just has these weird powers and like I don't really know what I'm doing, and like we could be friends if I just stop doing crime for a second. I think that
she's like
I think that'd be a really fun hero or anti-hero at the very least to have in the MCU. Just like, hey,
I'd love her to be the part of Jennifer Walters, or just a part to She-Hulk that's like, you don't have to be so cautious all the time. Like, you can be confident with yourself and still do these things. I do it. I think that's like the juxtaposition, because we see what She-Hulk looks like from the trailers, and we saw Titania's photos, and it's like, that woman oozes confidence. Like,
oh yeah,
that woman is straight up, her suit, outfit, stance compared to like She-Hulk's that is constantly like trying really hard. I've been like, oh yeah, she's gonna teach her to be confident in herself.
Oh yeah, like that's a huge like thing that these two have in common, I feel, because I feel like before they turned into like the superpowered versions of themselves, they weren't as confident as they were. And so I feel like, because with Jennifer Walters in the comics, like she was very much like a lot more meek and a lot more like timid. And then when she becomes She-Hulk, she's like, yeah, like I'm more confident, I can be a lawyer, I can like, be more social. So like I think like they were gonna bond over that. It's like, hey, like these powers are great because like, they help us be more ourselves and to embrace who we are. So like, let's be friends and fight the real villain, whoever that is. Because we have a bunch of villains in the show, like the Wrecking Crew, who we see in various pieces of promo material. I cannot wait to see how they are in action, because the Wrecking Crew is ridiculous in the comics. So I hopefully they're just as ridiculous here. But do you think that the Wrecking Crew is going to be the main villain for this show?
No, I think they're hired by someone else.
Okay.
So, no.
Do you have an idea of like who potentially it could be?
My whole thing is, I don't like the man from the trailers with the white hair that's like, she's like, me defending him is kind of,
oh yeah, he's like, it's fine.
He is a root of something, and I don't think it's a good something. And I think because in the comics there's a series where she's like, she works for a really great law firm, but they're straight up just like, oh, well, we only hired you because you'd bring us celebrities, you'd bring us superheroes. So I think he's one of those people that's like stirring up stuff just to bring in more money for himself. So that's why I don't think a lot of people are, boo capitalism, boo lawyers. And then I get hit by a car and I'm like, please help me sue.
It's my money and I need it now.
Yeah, J.G. Whitworth. That's my last words. Sorry, Dashel. Okay, sorry. Okay, anyways, we have to be on track. Dashel gave me a look that was mad. If you guys don't know my best friend Dashel, he's our cameraman here at Rockstars.
Hello, Dashel.
He's my best friend. But I think they're ran by that guy or someone else higher. I think we're still not seeing it. I think we're still not seeing the big bad. It's kind of like Black Panther. I think we're portrayed to see that Tanaquerta and think that he's gonna be Namor's gonna be the bad guy, and I don't think he clearly isn't. Like he clearly is not. There's someone else there.
There's a red herring.
So I think we're gonna start seeing it. Yeah, red herring. Yeah, there's a red herring. Keep going though.
I like this idea of like She-Hulk's boss being the secret villain, because like we know that some sketchy stuff is happening in the MCU. We know that like someone or some entities are trying to start a new world order, as we can see from Captain America New World Order announcement. So like maybe the actual law firm is being controlled by somebody evil and is making the Wrecking Crew for evil purposes. I can see that. But we also have obviously the Abomination, Emil Blonsky, who is trying to turn a new leaf with this Abomaste Namaste thing, but like he could potentially be the big villain. What do you think?
I think he's gonna be as bad as Baron Zemo. That makes sense. Like not as bad as in like kill a lot of innocent people to frame Bucky
and then escape through the toilet.
I mean, like, yeah. I meant more so the Baron that we see in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. where it's like once he gets what he wants, he's gonna run away.
Ooh.
Which will be bad ultimately, but I don't think he's gonna be our big bad.
Okay, like you could see like a team up between Abomination and She-Hulk briefly until like he's like, all right, peace out.
I think he'll also like Baron Zemo and Falcon and Bucky. He'll be like working with them. He's like, yeah, I'm working for you guys. I'm helping you, but also ultimately I'm helping myself, and I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, I can see that. I can see that a lot, and like I can see him like maybe escaping and then like getting caught again by like the Thunderbolts people. It's like, all right, you're not gonna escape us.
Oh dear. He's like, oh, another.
I can't catch
I'd be so mad
damn.
if I just got out of prison and then they put me on a government team like Suicide Squad, I'd be so mad. I'm like, God.
It's like I was chilling in prison. I was doing less work in prison.
Take me back. Put me back in prison. Put me back in prison. I'm not staying here. No.
But we also have like in a promo material these freaky mutant dogs that She-Hulk fights. I don't know where these guys come from, but since we know that Wang is going to be a big presence in the show, could these freaky mutant dogs be Wang related in some like capacity?
Do you not think? I keep just thinking when she has to get statements from people, she gets statements from Wang for Abomination because he's been the only one clearly hanging out with him, and he's probably like, Abomination's a good guy, and she's like, well, just because you fight with him doesn't make him a good
doesn't
person.
make him a good guy.
Just because you spar with him does not make him a good person.
Right.
Because that's how I was taking it as Wong's role would be like, yeah, I'm just here to give a statement, right? And then I'm going to zoop, zoop.
I mean, like, I can see him having like a really quick cameo. Just be like, all right, he's a great guy. Bye. But I don't know.
No, I don't think the mutant dogs are from him, but they, again, a higher person. It's a higher person, and they are coming.
I mean, like, we do know from, like, I believe it was the Eric Bana Hulk films, like, there was these weird mutant dogs in that movie. And I'm wondering if someone in the MCU is, like, sort of replicating that through gamma radiation. Just be like, all right, let's put some gamma radiation on dogs, or maybe some of Hulk's blood that was in the Hulk movie.
Truly.
Like, there's literally a whole lab of Hulk blood that the leader made against Bruce Banner's will, and he didn't know, and so like that has still not been addressed in the MCU. So maybe these dogs were made out of this blood, or maybe a titanium was made out of this blood. Who knows? But that's just me saying weird shit. But there's also another possibility here. Speaking of the 2008 Hulk film, the leader, Samuel Stearns, who we have not seen since the very beginning, or since the 2008 Hulk film. He hit his head, and he got some of Bruce's blood on his open wound. And now his head got all really weird and big. So we haven't seen him since that moment on The Incredible Hulk. So, do you think that She-Hulk could have the leader as its villain?
That I could see. If that was a rogue theory, I'd give it a roguish.
Ooh.
Because they do. It's not like they're not pulling. Have they like officially said that the 2008 Hulks are canon?
Well, in the What If episode, there was a What If episode with Mark Ruffalo basically taking the place of Edward Norton. So I'm thinking that the MCU is just saying that, this is like the same universe.
We bring in. It makes me mad because it's like we bring in Emil Blonsky. So I'm like, yes, but not everything is a yes. It's
Sure.
just this one.
They also brought in Ross, of course, before the actors passed.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, maybe they do bring in the leader. Maybe the leader is the big bad. I would see that more so.
I think it'd be really fun. I would love to see that actor again because like she's really good. He's really great as like a nerd type character who just gets too out of control with his curiosity. So I would love to see the leader factor in again because like I just feel like that's a thread that needs to be pulled because like if they left it open-ended and like you have to answer that because like it's been since the beginning of the MCU, like literally the second movie of the MCU.
It would be fun if her and Abomination and She-Hulk took him down, and then Abomination runs away. And after the fight's done, Abomination's big ass just running through the way.
It's just like, all right, bye. Just books it.
Boop, boop, boop.
I would love if they both worked together to take him down, and then Abomination's like, well, I'm going to fight you now, She-Hulk, now that we won. And then, like, She-Hulk takes him down, and then they both go to Thunderbolt Prison, where they have to be Thunderbolts.
I think we're getting a small team up of, like, super friends and normal human friends in She-Hulk. Because I think there's potential for Abomination and her to fight alongside each other for at least a bit. but I know her and Titania will. Like, I know her and Titania will fight together. And honestly, what I'm pitching about Abomination could happen with Titania. They could be fake friends, and then Titania's like, bitch slap, bye, and runs away, and then dips into the woods. Like, it could easily happen.
I would love that. Bitch slap, bye.
Just when she's, oh, what's that? And then just run.
I hope she says the words bitch slap while she's bitch slapping.
Hopefully. Hey, it's a Titania move, let me tell you. A sucker punch to the back of the head, I got you. But out of that entire list, the leader is the one that I would lean the most.
Okay, me too, actually, because I just feel like the rest of those guys are just like supporting characters or like really fun people to have in the show. All right, so for our final question of today, Jess, what do you think Wang's role is going to be in this show?
I think it's we're in the Wong cinematic universe, but I do think that like the cameos will get smaller. And the cameos will be just as fun. Just as fun. When I say smaller, it doesn't mean, hey, fun things come in small packages. So
right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I've said every day since I turned
like, I say this every night, and they still don't believe me. But I think he is just there for a statement, because he also like, if they're prosecuting Abomination, we're definitely going to look back at who Abomination has like already aligned himself with, and I think she's going to be like, you've been either sneaking him out or knowingly taking him out to fight him and then bringing him back to his little hole, his little glass room. So it's like, what about him seems like it's changed? Does he deserve a shorter sentence or a longer sentence? And he's gonna be like, why are you sentencing people? I feel like Wong's gonna come with the mindset of like, prisons aren't good, and she's gonna be like, well, I follow the justice system, and he's like, the Book of Ashanti. And that's where we get the joke instead. Yeah, he's like, you guys would do less spending of money if you follow my book.
Right. But no, I do like this idea of Wong just coming in as like a support and like being sort of like since the United States government knows more about the Knights of Camartage and all the Warriors of Camartage, I think it'd be great for I think it makes sense for the United States to have an agreement with them, just being like, all right, if there's a weird mystical thing, you can come in and like do a thing and can like help us manage it, because we can't do it on our own. Police can't freaking stop Abomination. Let's be real. But yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for him to be that way. But he also says in the trailer that the universe is at a precipice, and that's really interesting to me, because I don't really know what he could mean by that, because it sounds really like something big is coming and like potentially could be introduced in the She-Hulk show. So, and then we know that from the trailers that there's this ridiculous character, Marvel villain called the Magician, who appears very briefly, and I'm wondering if the Magician and Wong could have like some type of history together, like or he could potentially be I don't know, using black magic.
I would see that more with we talked about this on the break room with the Hood, more so, because that's person already being set up now for Ironheart. So why not start them with this? Not that saying that his mystical arts, I guess, would align with Wong's, but both mystical. Both
it's all magical. Mystical. It's all magic.
I just can't wait to see Wong in a courtroom. Just because it's like literally so minuscule to them. Like a superhero that literally has had to save the world from monsters and goes through dimensions literally has to sit in a courtroom for 4 hours and listen to people recant their stories of freaking Abomination.
That's when I use the runes of Kof Call and have everyone forget about the whole situation. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm done with this whole
issue. And then your friend Abomination kills a bunch of innocent people, and you're like, oh, damn it.
Right, and then you just have them forget.
I made a mistake.
Have all their friends and family and the victims forget who they were.
You keep being like, Jesus Christ, you were an only child your entire life. Jeez. You didn't have a family. God, get over
it. But no, like, you know what I can potentially see happening in the show is Wong coming into, like, with help the prosecution of Agatha Harkness. Because Agatha committed 2 crimes in New Jersey. 100.
And they're definitely like, she must be working with that Dr. Strange fellow. And he's like, absolutely not. We are 2 different magics. Not affiliated with us. Let us keep our school and keep doing our stuff. I don't know what that woman.
Don't know.
You guys remember the Salem witch trials? That's her.
Right?
We were there.
That was all her. She was every witch.
That was all her. Nope. You
That's
better
hilarious.
leave me out of it. And that would be so hard for people like me to understand in that world. I'd be like, but you both do magic. And it'd be like,
Right.
2 different magics.
2 different types. It's like Pepsi and Cola.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's the same thing. You could have stopped her.
Right. And I honestly feel like
Jesus.
Catherine Hahn is perfect for this type of show. It's like really goofy and it's really fun. And Catherine Hahn is like really good at comedic
Oh my
acting.
God.
So like it would be perfect.
If that's just the case we haven't seen yet, but we'll see, is the court of Agatha Harkness, and she's still like, do you want tea and cookies? Because she's living in the 50s. Well, that would be so insane. I would love that. And I hope She-Hulk gives me that.
Yeah, because like I feel like that raises a really interesting legal like conundrum. It's like, do we prosecute a person that is no longer themselves? Like, can we do that?
Honestly, if She-Hulk wants more seasons, that's what it should do. Is like, there's so many times we watch these things and we're like even all of Civil War was you're choosing a side.
Right.
And if we had a legal battle to figure out who was literally at fault, might be
Right.
nice coming from a superhero like Jennifer Walters, because she's like, well, I'm on both sides now.
Right.
That is what I also need. I just need Jennifer Walters doing it. I don't want 2 people that aren't superheroes doing it, because they'll be like, they killed a bunch of people.
Right?
And I'll be like,
she's the
true.
perfect like middle ground. It's like, I'm a superhero, but also normal. No, not at all. She does what she wants. This is her world. We're just living in it. But that is it for this episode of Inside Marvel. I want to thank Jessica for joining me on this episode. She is amazing. Please follow her at Lulu Clemons on Twitter and support whatever she does. She's amazing. But also, do not forget to check out our many merch options over at newrockstarsmerch.com. And if you're over 18, click the link in the description box below to join our New Rockstars Discord server. It's amazing and it's really fun. So if you just search New Rockstars or click the link below, you can join that conversation today. You can follow me at MasterTainment if you want to see me tweet some weird shit and really fun theories. But most importantly, you can subscribe to Inside Marvel wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.